Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Feature Friday. Today, we are talking about Skate Canada memberships, and I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jackie Kwan, co-founder of
Yeah, who is
Uplifter.
this? I don't know.
Who is this? No one knows. And with me today is Garrett Trott, our product expert.
Hello.
Hi, Garrett. How you doing today?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Today, we're going to talk about Skate Canada memberships, which actually also a lot of the things that we're going to talk about, they do relate to if you are with one of our other partner organizations like Gymnastics Ontario or Gymnastics BC. A lot of similarities with how you'd set this up, but we do know that there are a lot of clubs right now that are getting ready to set up registration for their fall session. It's a little bit possibly a reduced fall session, but sometimes you need a little bit of a refresher on how to get your Skate Canada membership set up in Uplifter, and what happens when Skate Canada isn't quite ready to take registration for their season. So given that, Garrett, I'm going to leave it with you. Please tell us about Skate Canada memberships.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. Yes, let's take a look at the Skate Canada memberships. Today, we are going to pop over. We're going to actually look at two sort of different scenarios here. The first scenario we'll look at is what do you do when Skate Canada doesn't have its season ready yet? For those of you who are with Skate Canada, you know that they just released their newest season as of this recording, only a couple of days ago. But it's very often the case that you need to take registrations and the season's not ready. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about how you can update your fee or create a new fee once the season is actually ready and what that means to you guys. So to begin, we're going to pop over to the administrative side here, and we're going to navigate to products and programs, products and subscriptions. And I have actually pre-created a Skate Canada membership fee. And so I've just looked for that in my summary, and I now have my 2021 Skate Canada fee. Now, we're going to take a look at what you can do when the Skate Canada fee is not yet ready. So when I actually create this, and I'm going to do it in the regular pop-up here, sorry about that. When I actually create this fee, I can enter in the basic information about the status and the SKU and the name and the summary. I can make sure that it applies on a per participant basis. And as I scroll down here, I can also specify the amount that I want. It's whatever value that you want to sell your fee at. This value, just as an FYI, does not control the amount that Skate Canada will charge your club when you submit that membership. This is the value you want to sell your membership at to your end user. Now, we skipped over the subscription section. This is generally where most of the magic happens. Now, in this particular instance, we're taking a look at a scenario where the Skate Canada membership season is not yet available. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use a different duration of subscription. Under normal circumstances, you'd select the Skate Canada season from here, or if you're with Gymnastics Ontario or Gymnastics BC, you'd select that season from here, and that would allow you to pick the season in a dropdown. However, in this particular instance, the season's not ready for us, but we need to start selling our memberships and our subscriptions, so we need to take an alternative route, and that is going to be by using the start and end date option. Now, in this particular instance, we can then specify the effective start on and the effective end date for our membership. And this should parallel the season of your governing body. So in this particular instance for Skate Canada, it is September 1st to August 31st of the next year. For Gymnastics Ontario, I believe that's June to July. No, July to June, sorry. And then Gymnastics BC, it parallels this as well. But of course, you can just, whatever your governing body's season is, you can absolutely parallel that with this. Now, what this is going to do for you is when you sell your program registrations and people are registering for things, the system is going to look for anyone purchasing a program that has at least one event in between these two dates. And if that's the case, then it's going to apply this subscription or this membership fee. And that's an important element because if someone's going to be touching the floor or touching the ice in between these two dates, they need to be insured. And so that's exactly what this is going to do. Now, what this won't do for you, unfortunately, is it won't check the participants' information against the governing body's database, so Skate Canada's database, GO, GBC, what have you. What that means to you is if they are an athlete or a participant from another club and they've already purchased a membership through that second club, then our system won't yet be able to see that membership given these settings presently. Now, if that's the case, generally speaking, they're probably not coming to a secondary club right away. But if they do, you can just remove this fee from their invoice with a manual process by going to the invoice and deleting it from their invoice. But this will cover about 95, if not more, percent of your use cases. You'll also want to make sure that this is set to mandatory, and very likely in the large majority of cases, you don't actually want to put anything in your checkout filters. Now, generally speaking, when you're talking about insuring your athletes before they touch the ice or touch the floor, you want to make sure everyone's insured. There might be a few circumstances where you have an off-ice program for skating clubs, for instance, or you have a segment of your curriculum that actually occurs outside of what your governing body ensures. In those particular instances, you may want to pursue some tagging options so that your insurance fee only applies under those particular circumstances and not under others. However, that's few and far between. If you feel as though that's something you need to pursue, please reach out to us and let us know, and we'd be happy to help you dictate what options you want to put here. But in most cases, you want to leave this blank and let the system do the logic work for you. Now, once you've set all of this stuff up, you can scroll down and click Save, and you've now created your subscription. In this particular instance, the Skate Canada subscription that's now going to apply to anyone who creates an invoice for the new season that's coming up. Now, once Skate Canada or your governing body has generated their new season within their database, that then updates Uplifter's database. So once that has occurred, you can then go back to your membership fee and you can update the fee so that it now actually connects properly to your governing body's database. In order to do that, you're going to select to edit the fee once more, and you're going to scroll down to the subscription section. And in this section, similar to how we sort of touched on a little bit in just a moment ago there, the duration of subscription needs to be updated to your governing body's season, so Skate Canada season in this instance. You then also need to select the season that you want to align with. As you can see, there's quite a few here, but if it's the new season, obviously you'd pick the most appropriate one. Once you've selected that, you then also want to check this box off. If you do not check this box off, then this is a subscription that parallels your governing body's season. And that might be actually something that you want to do for things like administrative fees or other fees that really only happen once a year, and you want to sort of parallel your SC season or your governing body season. That's a great way to do it. But if you want this to be your official membership that you sell and then submit to your governing body, then you need to check this box off. And by doing so, this is your registered membership with Skate Canada. Now, for those of you who are with GBC or GO, there's some additional steps that are required here. We'll have an additional video later on down the road that talks about those additional steps. But for Skate Canada clubs, all of this, this is all that's required here. So now that you have that box checked off, we can come down here and click Save. Now, what is that actually going to do for us? Well, what that's going to do is it's going to retroactively affect all of the memberships that we sold that were in using the old version of the subscription duration. So we don't have to go back to all those invoices that may have been generated when the Skate Canada season wasn't available, which removes a lot of work from us. So that's really nice. Now, one of the things that you should note is it is in fact, if I could speak, the sale of this Skate Canada membership that generates the submission option. And what I mean by that is if you want to submit a skater to Skate Canada, you absolutely have to sell them a membership fee. Now, again, the cost of this fee is up to you guys. If your Starskate absorbs the cost in the cost of the programs, you might have a $0 fee. If your Can Skate needs to pay up front plus an additional $30, that's fine. You might have a $70 fee, what have you. In those instances, once you've sold the fee to them, a correctly made membership fee to them, they'll then show up under People and Accounts, Skate Canada memberships. And that's where you can begin to submit your skaters to Skate Canada. Now, we're not going to look at that in much detail today because we're just making a nice quick video here. But one other element of note is because it's the sale of this membership that prompts the ability to submit them, it is also the removal of the sale of this membership that removes them from the submission list. So if you do happen to have a skater or some participants that are showing up under your Skate Canada memberships page to be matched and submitted to Skate Canada, and you're like, wait, they came from another club, or they don't want to use our club as a home club, maybe they just signed up a little bit early with us and they're going to use another club as a home club, that's totally fine. You need to remove the sale of this membership fee from their invoice utilizing the delete option. Now, that's not usually the case for most things in terms of refunds and things like that, but the Skate Canada membership and the GO membership and the GBC memberships are unique in their use case. So you do actually need to delete them from the invoice using the trash can icon. And with that, we have looked at the basics of creating and selling a Skate Canada membership. Jackie, do you have any other items that you would like to add?
No, you've really covered it off. Thanks so much for giving us that refresher for Skate Canada memberships. I know that it is a crazy time of year for everybody in terms of trying to get up and running and get their registration set up. So it's always good to remember how it is to do all of these little elements when you open up your registration for the season. So on that note, if you do know any clubs that are looking for online registration, please feel free to click on the refer and save button in your admin site and refer the club, refer us to that club that you might know. If you send them this email, if they actually do come on board with Uplifter, you'll save some money for 6 months, and as well they'll save some money for 6 months for the first bit that they're coming on board. So it's a great way to save a bit of money, especially during this time of COVID and everybody's just sort of pinching pennies and trying to figure out how to get budgets sorted. So please, we would really appreciate it if you did refer Uplifter to other clubs that you think might need us. So I don't have anything else, Garrett. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
No, just a big thank you to everyone who joined us and everyone who watches thereafter. We'll have this up on YouTube in just a moment. I hope everyone enjoys their weekend, stays safe and healthy, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great day, everybody.
Take care. Bye.